that's the other option, right?
Yeah, but then you're
Except it
paying for
sits
that
up
much,
about a
yeah,
foot, but
you're
yeah,
paying for that much more cement and
It sits up so high. Let's-
I'd like to see that, just, why wouldn't we wanna
Just keep it straight.
get the option in front of us
Yep.
as, you know, before we approve anything or move forward in anything, get that second option in front of, you know, your eyes and see.
And then maybe we could do too is on these other issues, you'd mentioned the riprap and that, maybe we could put kind of a general timeline. They've given us a general timeline of 2 to 5 years on the
The
deck
deck,
itself.
but not the other stuff.
So if we can kind of get an idea of how that would work with narrowing it up, the associated costs, and then that would be the immediate thing to try to get in the pipeline and the capital plan,
Right,
like Tom's
'cause-
mentioning. And then maybe we could have a fallback on these other items that you need to plan for year 5 or year 3 or year 7 for, but the big items there are,
Right, well, right now, everything totaled together without the sidewalk is 143. So if we did it all in one chunk, it's 143 we'd have to get approved.
Right, and then we could solicit either funding from DNR, Corps of Engineers, or combination, or,
Right, so I think there's two things to look at. You want to look at if DNR will help fund, because if they will, maybe we just go through the whole thing at 1 year and get it done, because we'll have funding for both. And the other thing is what we can do, if we can get a modified cost for the deck, if they can shorten and stuff, because that'll possibly bring down the price as well. So that would be, I guess I'll make a motion
There's
to
a
at least,
motion.
to at least go, to look into those things first, and then bring it back to Public Works for further consideration.
I'll second that. Do you have a timeline?
Well, I would think you can get the answers within a month, can't you, for the next meeting?
possibly, I'll check.
At least
with-
from the,
I'll check
at
with
least from the
city.
engineer standpoint, and then the DNR only
What's
knows.
available, you know, at least we can contact them and see if they have any grants available and.
Yeah, at the very least, keep it on the agenda so we're on
yeah,
top of it.
right, we'll get a progress or update for next time.
Kind of the main important thing is, even if it's 100 thou or 140 thou, it's a kind of a large number. And both the 2010 report and this report kind of identified that 2 to 5 years, so
Right.
there's a fairly good number that needs to get into the capital plan.
Yeah.
The deck,
So that's
that's what
kinda-
we're thinking. If
Yep.
it's just a deck,
Correct.
that's the most important, then that's gonna have to get into capital plan. But if it can be lessened, if the price is lessened by 10 grand because we're shortening it, or, you know, then we know what more we can, what we'd have to ask for, I guess is my point.
All right, we got a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, motion carries. Awesome. All right, next up, we're looking at a street, 2015 proposed street projects.
So, for 2015, we have money allocated for mill and overlay, approximately $655,000 for mill and overlay projects. Those projects, Tom and I have been working on getting cost estimates. They include Cooley Road from the area of 19th Street, a little bit east of 19th Street by Associated Bank, going east to Carmichael Road. So that's Cooley Road from 19th Street east towards Target. We have also included Croycrest Drive. That's from River Ridge Road to the end of the cul-de-sac. We have included Industrial Street. That would be from Hanley to Mayor. And Aspen Drive, Mayor to Hanley. The other maintenance projects we have, which include crack filling, flex patching, seal coating, slurry seal, which we use, we've used in cul-de-sacs. For seal coating, we have Fifth Street from the north end to the south end, which was a crack fill last year. We have Third Street from starting up on Laurel Avenue, 13th and Laurel, all the way down the hill, Laurel, and then down the hill to Vine Street. Locust Street from 3rd to 7th. 6th Street, that's the one that we were looking at pretty close last year. We rented a spray patcher And we did a lot of work on Sixth Street. The spray patching actually held up very well. With some of our money from the, maintenance program, we rented, we allocated $16,000 for the rental of the spray patcher, for the material, which includes, trap rock chips, and for the emulsion. So we actually got the spray patcher in Monday, and we started doing some work on Sixth Street. We're gonna touch that up. I personally think that, what we did last year, the spray patching held up. We're gonna touch it up, and I think if we seal coat it, it's gonna hold it, you know, keep it all together for a few more years. It's, you know, we have Vine Street we're looking at. This, you know, we're gonna get some, you know, maybe 3 to 5 years out of it before we have to, you know, maybe do anything major, because that's gonna be a very expensive project also. And then we have 10th Street from Vine to St. Croix. That was seal coated and flex patch last year. That would be a good one to seal coat. Crack filling, we have Locust Street, 3rd Street, 8th Street, 11th Street, some on Laurel Avenue, Pearson Drive, Juniper Way, Orange Street, Crestview Drive, we've done once. That goes from 11th Street Bridge all the way to Carmichael Road. We just have to stay on top of it. We, you know, keep getting new cracks every year. I would say if we crack fill it this year, then we should consider seal coating that street next year. That would be in our best interest, I believe. Some more crack filling up on Diamond Drive, Topaz Lane, White Pine Court, Gateway Boulevard, Center Drive. And the last parking lot to do is Fire Hall parking lot right across the street. 3 cul-de-sacs that we should consider doing the slurry seal are Juniper Way, 12 Oaks, and Cronin Circle. Again, we allocated $18,000 for the rental of the patching spray patcher with rocks and oil for that. So. For the crack sealing maintenance, we have some money allocated, $242,000 for that. And we'd like to hopefully get both of these, the mill and overlay projects and then the street maintenance projects bid out in the next couple weeks. I think, Tom, we're pretty much ready to go on some of those.
On the seal coating and crack flex patch?
Yeah, I mean,
Going
if
forward,
unless there's some additions or corrections from the committee, something that you guys would like to see different, or?
No, I don't, have we, what's going on with, gosh, what street is it? Is it Myrtle by Bethel Church downtown there? Are we doing, I saw you guys were doing some spray patching down there,
I think that's where they were doing some
or,
this week.
yeah,
Possible. I know they're supposed to be on the streets that we're gonna be seal coating is what they were supposed to. If they
Okay.
may, I know there's a couple spots on Myrtle Street that, could be, we certainly could spray patch.
yeah, because those just keep ripping up every year.
It's just piles of gravel.
I think
there
it's
for
just
sure.
bad, it's gonna be one of those streets where I think we're gonna have to reconstruct.
Okay.
But in the meantime, I think this is a good fix, the spray patching.
And then the Red Cedar Canyon request that came into you, when is that on? When is that on, for next year or year? I didn't look at
We
the,
crack filled it once, we'll have to revisit, and I think that's getting close where we should consider, seal coating.
okay.
I'd double check it, maybe, crack fill it if there's some that need to be repaired next year, and then we should get that maybe considered
On the
for
radar.
seal coating. Again, with as many cul-de-sacs up there, I really believe that slurry seal is probably a better option.
Yeah, and I'm only asking because we got that email that came in, so I just wanted to know if,
Yeah.
get an update so we know.
Tom, do you have anything else?
I'm sorry?
Other Tom, you?
No, I'm just looking through it.
Okay.
Just and then again, so Wisconsin Street is scheduled for starting like the second week of June, right after school is out, June
Nice.
7th or 8th. I'm not sure the exact last day, but,
June 5th is the last day of
so
school.
I think, we're planning on June 7th or 8th start.
In September end date, or when?
Before school starts is when it was proposed, yes. And that, I think, the city share cost estimates close to $363,000. So street maintenance, milling,
Did you
maintenance
have
work is
comments
close
about
to-
the proposed, I didn't even ask, you're just here to,
Well, I have a request when I get a chance.
Or,
for a proposed street project?
No proposed walking path project next to my house.
Oh, okay, we'll get to that, or we'll add it, yep.
are we spray patching Vine Street at all? Were we gonna possibly do some of Vine Street if we have
Yeah,
time?
my goal was to get the areas that we're gonna seal coat and then go on to like Vine Street and other streets.
Okay.
That would be, we actually did, I know our crew did a little patching down by Second and Vine last week. There's some
Okay.
bad bumps there, so absolutely.
Okay. And then Cooley, oh, that's there, right there, I see it. Okay. No, because I know we talked about when we rented it, if we
Yeah,
if we
absolutely.
have the time to get over there and,
Yeah,
perfect. I'm good.
I'm
Because it's
good.
all
I'm good
within,
too.
we've all budgeted for all
Yep.
this, so it's not, it's a lot of roads.
then the other thing that we have had a request on, Tower Road is a shared, road out by the new business park, shared by Troy Township and the city of Hudson. That road's in pretty poor shape. We're actually gonna meet with the Troy, chairman, Dan Pearson, next week and sit down and discuss what they're seeing if, when we're gonna plan on doing some repairs out there, and hopefully we can coordinate the project and see when the funds are available, for them and us. And, we did actually take some core samples, when we were doing our street projects for this year. And so we have those samples ready to be discussed, and, that's a street that's gonna be on the radar probably the next year or so,
Tower Road.
Power Road.
Okay.
yes.
Do we need to approve this? Or
I would just like to, just make sure that we can, get approval to move forward with these projects.
I'll make a motion to approve the 2015 proposed street projects.
I'll second it. I thought we already did this.
Maybe it's just an update then.
That's
Well,
right.
I think we discuss what we're gonna do, and then they make sure it's within the funding, and then we,
It's like a
approve them moving
final
forward.
approval.
I'll second it.
it's government, Tom.
Any further discussion? We have a motion and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right. Project update, any other updates from Public Works?
Just so everyone knows, the dike road's been started. The repairs on the dike have started Monday, actually, and the date for completion is at the latest May 22nd. If it's not completed by then, the contractor has to pack up and come back next fall.
Wow.
So I know they're gonna work really hard to get it done by May 22nd.
Well, the weather's perfect.
Water's down, we couldn't ask
She
for,
just
we
jinxed
had a lot
it.
of luck. The water was down, the weather's been nice, so.
You got my-
Just
I have a rabbit's
jinxed
foot
the
back
whole
here.
project.
Arbor Day's over, by the way.
Don't you know you're not supposed to do that?
Weather's perfect.
I think actually they're gonna, I know they formed up some of the road, forms up on the side of the road, and they're gonna probably be mud jacking maybe tomorrow, the next.
Yeah.
Supposed to start tomorrow.
Have any of the people who have moorings contacted your office
Yes, sir.
with delight that you're doing this project at this time?
No, sir.
Have you talked about what can be done to mollify them?
We gave them, said that, possibly they could launch at the boat launch. Until we see how the progress of the improvements go, there are some possibilities if the project, as the project moves forward.
I thought the boat launch is
It's
too
a
far to
tough
launch
call.
from.
I understand, you know, I know it's an inconvenience, but we didn't, you know, find out from the DNR till March 27th that we actually had a permit to move forward. At that time, I think the mooring applications were due March 1st. You know, our hands were tied pretty much until March 27th.
I understand that.
Well, and the project should be wrapped up by the end of May, is that correct? That's the plan?
May 22nd, they have,
Yeah,
you know,
they got
have
plenty
to
of
be-
summer.
Before Memorial Day, so Memorial Day weekend would be available.
Yeah, so.
Okay.
If things go well, we can see, you know, as the project, you know, moves forward, if there's, you know, maybe some options. But right now, the bulk of the work is gonna be from the bridge past the excursion boat. Maybe when that's done, maybe there's something we can work out is possible, but I can't say right at the moment.
Well, I guess I would say that they're just gonna have to have patience, like you have to do with road work and any other construction. That's just how life goes.
Well, it's not gonna last all summer, and hopefully,
So it's too far to launch from the boat launch. They've made that clear, so.
I don't have an opinion one way or the other on that. I just know that it's a short project, so fortunately, it's not gonna last all summer. Any other updates?
I think the LED streetlights, the contracts are just about done, and hopefully we can get those signed, and get the lights ordered and get that project moving forward. And then some other capital projects we're working on. It's gonna be a busy summer.
Can you keep on your radar, John, Tom, and I have been talking to someone about looking into Grandview Park and giving a proposal for LED lighting there outside of this contract.
Oh, okay.
Can you just keep that on your radar for me, please?
So LED for Grandview.
Grandview Park, it's just an idea we have
Got it.
that we've been rolling around.
Park LEDs.
I'll put you in the loop.
Is that an item for a future agenda? Or we'll just
No,
keep it out there?
it'll be something that we just talked about first before it was brought to Public Works, but I'll put you in the loop on that,
Okay,
so you know what's going on.
sounds good. Is that it for you?
I think so, yep.
Okay. Items for future agendas. Did you have, yeah, would you come up to the podium and state your name, address, and item for future agenda?
Okay. My name is Tom Bees. I live at 1120 Grandview Drive here in Hudson. My home is just south of the walking path that goes from Grandview to the Government Center. And my issue is over the years, the ground right next on the south side of the walking path has settled quite a bit. And now when it rains, the walking path acts like kind of a dam. It dams the water on the city property next to the path and then into my yard, and stays there for quite a few weeks. So I guess my request is maybe it could be fixed.
Fix the path.
Is that a city path, or is that a county land, or city land? Is there an easement there?
I think I can answer that.
Yeah.
We built our house there in '86, and when we built the house, the lots were cut out, and they called it the Woodland Third Edition, if you want to look it up. But we're supposed to have bought a house on a corner lot. It turned out to be the walking path.
Okay.
But nevertheless, it appears unless something's changed there, the city owns like probably 150 feet down, and that would be within the city limits.
So I guess we'll take a look and either get back to you or put it on the next
Yeah.
agenda. Or maybe we won't need the agenda, but I guess we'll figure it out. Is that, you know where that is, Tom?
Yep.
Okay.
All right, appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yep, thank you. Any other items for future agendas? All right, do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All in
Aye.
favor? Jumping again there? Opposed? No, we're adjourned. Thank you very much.
Get that, Randy?